Are you ever scared to talk to pretty girls? Well, you shouldn't be. The reason you don't pull baddies is because you place so much value on looks that you forget about everything else. I have a genuine question to ask you. If you were to imagine the girl of your dreams, if she could be your perfect type down to the T, physically speaking, would you marry this girl given the opportunity? As most of you probably said no to that question, and the answer seems obvious now when it's framed that way. The thing is, a lot of you guys are acting exactly like that in real life when you see a gorgeous girl. You'll be saying to your boys, oh, that girl is the absolute most gorgeous girl I've ever seen in my life. Oh, I'd marry that girl. We see it all the time, we hear it all the time, and this is exactly why you'll never pull baddies unless you start applying the mental reframes that I'm going to teach you in this video. And by the way, I'll help you gain the confidence to be able to attract the girl of your dreams in a personalized one-to-one coaching call. We'll set up a customized self-improvement plan that's going to allow you to become the absolute best version of yourself that girls are magnetized by. So if you want to sign up for that, it's the first link in the description. See, the reason I can give you all this advice is because I was you. I made every single one of these mistakes. I placed way too much value on beauty, and this is what caused the downfall of my first relationship. When I was 19 years old, I didn't have much self-confidence. I had only been with a few girls in my entire life up until this point. And this girl I met at a club I went to was gorgeous. She was a Swedish girl. We connected over the fact that we were both Swedish. And she was the most beautiful girl who had ever spoken to me and taken interest in me. And I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing to ever happen to me. I was so excited. We ended up dating. And I was just so attached to the fact that this beautiful girl wanted me. I felt so validated, so good about myself as a person. And I placed so much of that value on her looks that I oversaw some of the things that were not so good. There was a lot of personality flaws, a lot of things that were red flags early on that either could have been corrected by boundaries or could have been avoided altogether by saying this is not a good relationship. But I had so much fear of losing a girl that was so beautiful, that was giving me all this attention, all this validation, that I was too scared to put in place any boundaries that could have saved the relationship. Or I was too scared to put my foot down and say that, this is not a good relationship for me, until it was too late and it was absolutely down in the dumps and it was just, there was no possible way that this could continue. So that is what will happen to you if you don't start mentally reframing things, because now I've gone on to sleep with some of the most beautiful girls in the world. Girls that are even way older than me, like 27-year-olds in Sweden who are just absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And it's all the way that I approach things now. And that's what I'm going to teach you exactly how to do in this video. So now, what is the mental reframe that's allowed me to have all this success with girls? It's really just going to be detaching looks and beauty from the equation of a girl being high value. See, that's going to be the factor that causes you to want to go talk to her. Of course, that's still now true to this day for me. I'm not going to go talk to an ugly girl or a fat girl. Of course, she has to be my type. But beyond that, I honestly don't care that she's beautiful. There's no ego attached with me talking to a pretty girl, being like, oh, I need to get this girl, or I want this girl. No, I'm just here kind of with the curiosity mindset to see, are we a good personality match? Is she a great person? Does she have an attitude, and is she a bitch? And does she think she's the shit because she's got some good looks? Or what is the situation like? I'm coming into this with curiosity to get to know her as a person before I make any judgments or really make up my mind about who she is as a person and what do I think of her. That is how I go into it, and this is why I've been able to talk to thousands of girls, because I'm not going up to a girl thinking, oh, I want this to be my girlfriend. That mindset is flawed from the start, or I need to sleep with this girl, she's so hot. That's not going to get you anywhere, and when you do get rejected, you're going to be so let down, whereas I'm coming into this, oh, that girl's pretty, let me go say hi to her and see what she's like. And if she's not cool, I'm like, oh, wait, well, that's not for me. And if a girl is cool, I'm like, oh, wow, this is awesome. We're having a great time. The conversation keeps going. We have a fun time together. And where it goes from there, it goes. But that's the only thing that I go into it with is the mindset of, well, let me get to know her from a place of curiosity. I want to see, do I actually like her as a person? And doing this is what's now allowed me to sleep with the most beautiful girls in the world in Sweden, date girls that are way older than me, way more mature, because I'm not doing the thing that every other guy is doing, which is placing so much value on their looks and beauty. I don't go in with compliments about their looks or beauty. You can compliment them on things, but just not on their looks or beauty, at least early on when you're first meeting someone. Compliment them about the questions they ask, the things they say, how they act, their style, the other things. There's so many things you can praise and compliment people on that are not looks and beauty, which is only going to make it so much harder for you to attain that thing, because the more value you place on something, the harder it is for you to get that thing. This is a universal law. It's like when you're chasing a cat, it's going to be impossible for you to catch that cat. The cat's just going to want to run away. But if you have the food that the cat wants, if you got the catnip, the cat's going to come to you. So you want to set up as much of a dynamic of attracting instead of chasing. And a lot of the time when you're placing so much value on looks and beauty, you're in that chasing mode. You're like, I want that, right? You're chasing, you're trying to get it. But if you're like, I'm just gonna see, is this a good fit? And now you come from this place of being more of an equal. And if it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit, and I don't care. There'll be tons of girls, especially here in America, they're a little bit different, because I talk to the most beautiful girls. I don't want to talk to an ugly girl or a 6 or a 7. I go up to the hottest girls. And if they think they're better than me, if they think whatever, I don't care. It's just like, I let it go. I don't care. I'm going to meet plenty of girls, and I have, even in America, which are drop dead gorgeous, but they're awesome people. They're really fun. They're great girls. And that's just the mindset I go into it. That's allowed me to have all this success. So if this video has provided you with any value, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to this channel. On here, I'm going to be teaching you how to get better in every single aspect of your life so you can become the ultimate man and live the life of your dreams. If that sounds of interest to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.